The night of June 29th to 30th, 1966, was stifling in Misakicho, a working-class neighborhood on the outskirts of Shizuoka. The sweet, heavy smell of miso fermenting in the factories permeated the air. At 4:17 a.m., a column of black smoke rose from the residence of the vice director of the Yamato Miso Company. The firefighters arrived too late. Inside the wooden house, 4 bodies. Executive Kazuo Sato, 52 years old, stabbed 18 times in the chest. His wife Chieko, 48, slit her throat while trying to protect her children. Daughter Yoko, 17, a high school student, stabbed 27 times. Son Masao, 15, still in his pajamas, with 12 blows to the back of the neck. The safe was open. 34,000 yen was missing. The knife was never found. The police needed a culprit before the sun rose again. Iwao Hakamada was 30 years old, 1 meter and 65 centimeters tall, and weighed 58 kilograms, a former professional boxer in the bantamweight category. He had fought 29 times, winning 16 and losing 13. His last fight was in 1961. After that, he got a job at the same Yamato factory. He lived in the employees' dormitory, room number 7, on the 2nd floor. He was quiet, polite, and sent half his salary to his widowed mother in Aomori. 2 months before the crime, he had converted to Jehovah's Witnesses. He carried a pocket Bible. To his colleagues, he was the Hakamada who became a believer. To the police, he was the perfect suspect. August 18th, 1966, 5:47 a.m. 3 policemen knock on the dormitory door. "Hakamada-san, come with us. Just a few questions." He puts on his white shirt, still smelling of cheap laundry detergent, and goes downstairs. He takes no documents. He takes no coat. He never returns. First day of interrogation, 12 hours straight. Second day, 14. Third, 16. No recording, no lawyer, no sleep break of more than 3 hours. The investigators take turns. The head of the sector, a man named Takao, bangs on the table so hard that the ashtray falls. "You killed them. Confess now. If you confess, we'll let you sleep." Iwao denies, denies, denies. On the 5th day, the slaps on the back of the neck begin. On the 10th, the punches to the ribs. On the 17th day, they put a cloth over his face and pour water on him. He thinks he's going to drown. On the 23rd day, Iwao breaks down. He signs 45 pages of confession. He says he entered the house at 2 in the morning, that he stabbed everyone, that he threw gasoline and set it on fire, that he took the money. When he finishes signing, he vomits on the floor. Then he cries. Then he screams, "I didn't do anything. They forced me. They beat me until I signed anything." The police are smiling. They have what they need. All that's missing is the physical proof. They search his room. Nothing. They search the river near the factory. Nothing. They search his mother's house in Aomori. Nothing. Months pass. A year and 2 months. Until, in August 1967, a researcher named Ito decides to open a miso fermentation tank that hadn't been used for years. Inside the thick, brown liquid, 5 neatly folded pieces of clothing, a white shirt, a t-shirt, trousers, underwear, and a pair of socks, all stained dark red. The blood is type B, the same as the victim's. The shirt has a perfect stain on the left chest. The police present it to the press as the definitive proof. Nobody asks why the clothes remained submerged in miso for 14 months and didn't rot. Nobody asks why the red is so vibrant after so long. Nobody asks why the shirt is size M and Iwao always wore size S. The trial begins in November 1968 at the Shizuoka District Court. Iwao is no longer the same man. He enters handcuffed, his gaze downcast, his head shaved. On the first day, he recounts everything. "I was tortured. They beat me with batons. They threatened to kill my mother. They only gave me water when I told them what they wanted." The 3 lay judges, ordinary citizens chosen by lottery, look at his blood-stained clothes and believe the police. The prosecution says the confession perfectly matches the facts. The defense requests a DNA test. In 1968, DNA was still science fiction. September 11th, 1968, sentence, death by hanging. Iwao is transferred to Tokyo Prison, Block 7, Cell 28, Death Row. 2 tatami mats in size. Lights on 24 hours a day. No loud talking. No eye contact with the guards. No visitors without glass separating them. Execution could come any day. 3 guards enter without knocking. They put on black hoods. They take him to the next room. They open the gate. The rope falls. In Japan, the condemned man doesn't know the date. He wakes up every day thinking it could be today. 1969. The world changes. Iwao doesn't. He starts talking to himself. He starts saying he is God. He starts drawing flowers in the margins of the letters he writes to his sister Hideko. Hideko is in her early 30s when her brother is arrested. She quits her job. She leaves her fiancé. She abandons her life. She becomes a full-time activist. Every month, she takes the train from Hamamatsu to Tokyo, a 5-hour journey, to visit her brother for 20 minutes behind the glass. He no longer recognizes her properly. "Are you an angel who came to get me?" he asks. She cries so much that the guards order the visit to end. The appeal reaches the Supreme Court. Denied. 1986. Another appeal. Denied. 1994. Third appeal. Denied. Each denial is a stamp, definitive condemnation. Hideko doesn't give up. She starts collecting signatures on the street. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. 200,000 signatures in cardboard boxes that she carries alone. The press begins to call the case the biggest miscarriage of justice in Japanese history. A private laboratory conducts DNA testing on the clothing. Result: the blood is not from the victims. It's not Iwao's. The red on the clothing is dye. Dye that changes color over time, from bright red to reddish brown. Human blood doesn't do that in miso. Miso preserves. Chemical dye oxidizes. The defense shouts, "Planted evidence." The prosecution replies, "The test is wrong." The court denies a new trial. New request for retrial. Denied. 2011. New request. Denied. Hideko is now 78 years old. She walks with difficulty, but she continues to attend hearings. She continues to carry signs in front of the courthouse. She continues to cry on television. Something changes. A young judge named Hiroaki Kumamoto is chosen to review the 4th retrial request. He reads the case files until the early hours of the morning. He reads the testimonies of the police officers, many of whom are now dead. He reads the DNA reports. He reads the expert reports showing that the stitching on the planted shirt is from an industrial machine that was only invented in 1972, 6 years after the crime. On March 27, 2014, Kumamoto does the unthinkable. He grants the retrial and orders Iwao's immediate release due to insurmountable doubts about guilt. Iwao is 78 years old, 47 years, 7 months, and 9 days in prison. He staggers out of the Tokyo prison. The sun hurts his eyes. He doesn't recognize his sister immediately. "Who are you?" he asks. Hideko hugs him so tightly that they both fall to the ground. The press films. The whole world sees. But the nightmare wasn't over. The prosecution appealed. In 2018, the Tokyo High Court overturned the retrial. Iwao returned to his cell, but now the whole world was watching. Amnesty International launched a global campaign. Pope Francis sent a letter. The Japanese Boxing Association started a petition. Even Mike Tyson recorded a video. Free Hakamada. The pressure was unbearable. Pandemic. Hideko can't visit. Iwao's condition worsens. He stops eating. He just draws flowers on the walls with his finger. For us, 2023. The Supreme Court finally decides. Retrial confirmed. There's no going back. The new trial begins in 2024 at the Shizuoka court. Iwao appears in a wheelchair. His gaze is lost. He speaks nonsense. The new experts destroy what remains of the accusation. The planted shirt has sleeves 3 centimeters shorter than those Iwao wore in 1966. The underwear has an elastic band that was only manufactured after 1970. The blood is a mixture of red dye, No, 2, and pig plasma, a common technique in the Japanese police of the 1960s to fabricate evidence. A former investigator, now retired, confesses in a recorded deposition before his death. "We planted the clothes. The boss ordered it." September 26, 2024. Packed courtroom. Iwao sits, head bowed. Judge Cooney reads the sentence with a choked voice. The defendant is innocent. The police and the prosecution fabricated evidence. The interrogations were inhumane and unconstitutional. There is no evidence linking the defendant to the crime. Hideko, 91 years old, faints from crying uncontrollably. People in the gallery applaud. For the first time in 58 years, someone applauds inside a Japanese courtroom. The prosecution announces it will appeal. Everyone holds their breath. October 8th, 2024. Silence. They do not appeal. Final acquittal. Hideko died 6 months later. In April 2024, 5 months before the final acquittal, he didn't get to see his brother completely free. He died believing. March 2025. The court awards a record compensation, 217 million yen. 12,500 yen per day of imprisonment, the maximum allowed by law, money that Iwao will never know how to spend. September 2025. Iwao, 89 years old, files a defamation lawsuit against the state. The Attorney General had called the acquittal unacceptable. He issues a public apology for a full year on the Public Prosecutor's Office website. Today, Iwao lives in a simple house in Hamamatsu. He has 3 caregivers around the clock. He still talks to himself. He still draws invisible flowers in the air. He still wakes up in the middle of the night thinking he hears footsteps in the hallway. He still asks every day, is today the day? In Japan, there are still 107 people on death row. Some have been waiting for 40 years. Some may be innocent. Some will never have a Hideko. Some will never have a Judge Kumamoto. Some will never see the sun outside. Iwao saw, but a part of him remained forever in that 2 tatami mat cell, with the light on, waiting for the sound of 3 guards coming to get him. And every night, somewhere in Japan, another convict wakes up with the same fear.